season where there is a lot of spiritual warfare. There are a lot of negativity. There's a lot of people who chose to go with the dark side, and they're going to envy the people who are on the light side. They're going to envy the people who walk with God because they were not able to do so. And some of them, you know, they may have their chance. They may turn around. They may find God. You never know. But though there's a lot of people who are fighting demons, there's a lot of people who are going through things right now, and they are going to try to attack you. They're going to try to send you negative energy. They're going to try to dim your light as much as they possibly can because they don't want you to see. The closer and closer that you get to your destiny, the closer and closer you get to God and walking on that path of abundance and light, and just you're walking into your north node, your purpose, the more the enemy, the devil, demon, Satan, whatever you want to call it, is going to try to attack you. Just like the devil will kick you when you down, he gonna try to he gonna send his best demons in when you're about to make it every time. So what I do when somebody's sending me negative energy, I transmute it. What does that mean to transmute? Transmute just means to change. So if somebody's sending me negative energy, I transmute, I change that energy into positive energy for myself. I just transmute it into power for me. So if somebody's leaving me negative comments, or I'm feeling like that, people just excessively talking about me, people excessively thinking about me, just sending me bad, negative energy, whether it's people from my family, old friends I cut off, old exes, I feel that. I can feel that energy on me. And this is how you use that energy that people send to you to work for you. You take that energy, whether you have to sit there and cry about it, because sometimes I may be going through, you know, those feelings where you just in your room crying, you're like, I'm worthless, I'm nothing, I can't do this, what am I thinking, I'll never amount to anything. That is not your energy. That is somebody projecting onto you because they see where you're headed. And that's not your normal state of being. Your normal state of being is you feeling, you know, you're high off life, you're working hard, you're staying organized, your relationship with God is intact. That is your natural state of energy. But when you're getting down, you're in those low moments, that means that you were vulnerable. You may have lacked on your spiritual protection, and the enemy or this negative energy found a way to creep in. So what you do is, at least this is what I do, when I'm done crying and I'm boohooing and telling myself I'm a piece of shit, I read affirmations to myself out loud. So I've said this before, the app is called I Am. I love that app. You don't have to use it. You can go on Pinterest, you can go on Google. I'll provide the link again to the I Am app so you guys can download it, because I just really love that app. But I say affirmations to myself out loud. So I'll say, you know, I am attracting unconditional love. I am abundant. The universe works in my favor. I'm attracting in my soul tribe. This will be the most successful year of my life. I'm walking into the most successful year of my life. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am rich. I am that bitch. But if you know, you know. But yeah, I just say affirmations to myself out loud, because that is turning, and affirmations work. Because like I said, you're sending that energy out to the universe. I read those affirmations to myself. I listen to sound bath music, frequency music. I might get up and do my hair, do my makeup, put on an outfit, take pictures, like feel that like energy of me being sexy and powerful. Like I'm taking that negative energy that they gave me and I am absorbing it. Like, give it to me. Go ahead. Give me your negative energy, because every single time somebody sends you negative energy, you have the power to either dwell in that energy, or you have the power to take that energy and turn it to something positive. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, but it can be transmuted. So you can transmute that energy into something that will work for you. So when I'm down, when I'm done in that low period that I'm in, I decide, okay, let me say some affirmations, even if I don't feel like it. Sometimes I'll be crying over nothing, and that's how I know it's not my energy. I'll sit there and cry, and then I'll pull out my affirmations app, and I'm like, I am abundant, I am full of life, I am love, and I'm crying, but I'm working through it, because I'm trying to take that energy and turn it into something else that'll work for me. So if you want your enemies to work for you, you don't fight their negative energy with more negative energy. Take that negative energy and say, I am powerful, I am worthy, I am love, and I don't know why they are popping fireworks and it's literally 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, I don't understand why people do shit like that. This is something that I learned how to do because I have dealt with negativity from people my entire life. So it's kind of like, it's a blessing in disguise because this is why I'm so intuitive. This is why I'm able to see through people and read energy, and I can tell when energy is off. Every time somebody sends me negativity, I have a chance to become more powerful. So it's like people don't realize when you're sending people negative energy, people that know how to transmute energy, you are making them more powerful. You're not stopping me. All you're doing is making me more powerful. Then people don't understand it. You're not bringing me down because you don't even have the power to bring me down. There's a lot of people last year, not to speak on the past, but there's a lot of people last year who try to play God. Like, it was a lot of people who thought they could play God last year, and they are finding out as we speak that there is only one God and you cannot play him. Okay, you're not God. You cannot play him. You cannot decide somebody's destiny. If God said that I'm gonna be something, I'm gonna be that, and who are you to tell him otherwise? Well, she walks alone. She stands alone. I don't see her angels. I don't see God in her life, so he must not really be there. But one thing about God, he's gonna let your enemies think they win. He's gonna let your enemies think that they're winning. He's gonna allow them to win. Like, you may look at your enemies and be like, damn, why does their life look so good? And I'm working so hard. I'm being a good person. Why does their life look so good? Because one thing about it, the higher you go, the harder you're gonna fall. So sometimes God will take somebody who he knows that is not a good person, who's talking down on you, being malicious, not living right, not doing things righteously. He will take that person and bring them all the way to the top just to drop them on their head. You just lose everything. And you're like, wait, what? Yeah, that is what's happening to your enemies right now. And in the meantime, while they were sending you negative energy, they weren't working on themselves. They may have been working on their pockets. They may have been going after materialistic things. And maybe you were doing that too. But at the same time you were doing that, you were working on yourself. You were working on your inner world. You were transmuting that negative energy they were sending you into positive energy to work for your highest and best good. So not only is God going to bless you with whatever it is that you desire in the 3D realm and the materialistic things that you may want, because we're still human beings. We're still on this earthly plane. It's okay to want nice things. I promise you, it's okay. But just make sure, like I always say, work on yourself. Make sure you're working on your inner world, your self-love, and being a good person. They were sending you all this negative energy while they were working on their pockets. You were doing nothing but transmuting that positive energy for yourself and reflecting that love out into the world, and also working on yourself. So when God just dropped them on their head, he is taking you so high, and you have the ability to stay up there because you weren't being malicious. Your enemies will work for you. I'm telling you, that negative energy that they're sending you, you have the ability to make yourself that much powerful. If somebody's sending you negative energy about your looks, you can make yourself even more gorgeous by them sending you that negative energy. Because words are powerful. Words are spells. I don't care what nobody say. You got to watch the things that you say. So if somebody's, saying things like projecting their insecurities onto me, that could have the power to affect me if I wasn't a transmuter and I wasn't up on my spiritual protection. So they're sending me that negative energy. So they're like, oh, she's ugly and she's this. I just caught it. I'm like, okay, thank you for that energy. I'm about to use this energy and turn to some positivity. So I'm telling myself, I am beautiful, I'm worthy, I have my dream body. And now I'm getting more beautiful. I am knowing my worth more. I am developing my dream body. You get what I'm saying? Get where I'm going with this? You have the power to do that. So anytime somebody sends you that negative energy, don't combat it with more negative energy. Move with love. And it's not always easy. Like, something I'm learning and I'm practicing, and I felt this energy yesterday, like just moving into this new season, is to not care so much about trying to be all love and light. Because if you know a little bit of my story, like, I grew up in a dark place, and after I had my daughter, I was too love and light. Like, there's a thing as being too nice. I was too nice. I was a pushover. I let people walk all over me. But now I'm finding that balance between, showing people, like giving people love and giving people grace, which I want to do that most of the time, but also telling people to fuck off. You know, like it's a balance. You got to find that balance. It's okay to move with love, but it's also okay to tell people to fuck off. So don't think that you have to be one way. Like, don't think you have to be perfect, but just try for the most part to move with grace. Like, I feel like a majority of the time, move with grace. Just pay people dust because you're a fucking queen, you're a king. Pay people dust. The queen, the empress, she does not argue with peasants. She does not go back and forth with peasants. The queen is just going to take that energy that you send her and make herself more wealthier, more abundant, more beautiful. You know, like I try to be that most of the time because I want to embody that. But you know, sometimes Lilith want to come out and play, and if she want to come out and play, I'm not going to stop her. But you know, most of the time we want to move with grace. But just know there are two sides, okay? Like, just know that about me. There are two sides to me. I'm a very multifaceted being. I'm very unique, and I love that about myself. I'm into so many different things that you guys would be shocked to even know that I'm into, okay? But there's a dark light side to me, and there's a dark side to me. And everybody has a light and a dark side. It's like the angel and the devil on your shoulder. But the dark side to you doesn't have to be malicious and evil. There's people out here who are just so consumed into their darkness and that Lilith energy that they let it take over them, and just don't let it take over you. My dark side of me is me putting my foot down and standing firm on my boundaries. Mine is maybe like paying people dust and just kind of like not looking down on people, but the people who try to bring me down, I'm not coming down there with you. Like, that's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I consider that kind of like my dark side, and just me just, you know, telling people to fuck off without really telling them. Like, I'm just, you know, a part of my dark side is like, I'll check you. Like, don't think because I have an innocent face and I move with love most of the time that I will not check you, or I won't, you know, defend myself. That would be like the darker side of me. And to, you know, normal people, that's like, they wouldn't think that's a dark side, but just based off my life and the things I've been through, it is a dark side for me, because there have been many opportunities presented to me for me to defend myself, and I did not do that because I felt powerless. But a part of me owning my power and getting in my power is me learning to balance that light and that dark energy within me, and knowing that I can give people grace, I can move with love and spread love and heal people. But I also have to be somebody who sets boundaries. I'm also going to have to be put in situations to defend myself. I'm also, when necessary, I'm also going to have to check people sometimes, and that's okay. You have to find that balance. But the thing about your enemies are, they don't have that balance. They're so consumed in darkness and hatred and jealousy for you that they are unable to find that balance within themselves, because they don't like the fact that you have that. They don't like the fact that you reacted to a situation way better than they would have. They don't like the fact that you're comfortable being in your low season and being in a season where you may be lacking. They're not comfortable seeing that, because they feel like you think you're better than them because you're choosing to move with grace and love and go to God, while they're choosing to be destructive and try to find an easy way out and just be evil and diabolical. Like, but you can make your enemies work for you. So, okay, so my light obviously just died, which I knew it would, but I'm not done. So moving into this new season, this new year, you guys, make sure that you're not doing your own dirty work, okay? Let your enemies do the work for you. Last year, I'm extremely impressed with myself for my ability to not speak about the things that I knew, not expose my enemies, not show my hand. I'm very impressed with myself, because someone who has the ability to destroy you with the truth, because we only move with the truth. Your enemies are going to try to destroy you with lies. We have the power to destroy you with the truth. But someone who chooses not to do that is very powerful. Okay, understand that is the level of emotional intelligence that most people will not be able to reach. Like, you have to have control. You have to have control of yourself. You have to move in such a way that God and yourself are guiding your steps. You can't act off emotion. You can't act off of what somebody is doing to you, what somebody is saying to you, because that is giving your enemies power. Do not ever give your enemies power. Do not ever allow people to think they can draw an emotion out of you. I only react when I feel like I want to react to something. I only respond when I feel like I want to respond to something. My enemies have no power to get me to respond or react to anything. I don't allow them that power, because again, and I'm not saying this in a way of just like I'm better than anybody, but the people who are against me, I've always given them love, and I have literally stayed quiet when I could have destroyed them. But that's not good enough for them. They couldn't just leave me alone. They're going to literally destroy themselves trying to destroy me, because I'm not going to react. I'm not going to give them the response that they're looking for, because I'm on a mission and I'm on a journey. And I'm on a journey and I have shit to do. So while you're spending all this time trying to pull me down, I'm leveling up. Who said that? Lil Baby? Or Moneybag? I think Lil Baby said you was trying to pull me down, but I leveled up. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but yeah, this is what I mean by your enemies will work for you, because they're doing the dirty work for you. They're doing the grunt work. While you're elevating and stepping and climbing to the top, they're sending you evil eye, they're sending you negative energy, they're plotting on how to destroy you, they're getting used by the devil, and you are walking with God, and you're continuing to walk in your purpose. And that shit is not easy, but it feels so good. It feels so good to be on the light side. It feels so good. And the light side is the winning team, okay? We on a winning team. The dark side, y'all the losing team, okay? Y'all are the losing team. We're on a winning team. Get with the winning team, ho. We're on a winning team. And it feels really good. And it's not easy. It's not easy, because the thing about the devil will bless you first. He's gonna bless you first. God, he's not gonna bless you first. He's not gonna do that, because God wants to make sure that you are in a position to receive your blessings. If I would have got the things that God has for me a year ago, I would be nowhere near where I am now. Mentally, financially, physically, whatever. I would not be there, and God knows that. So God is he's gonna test you. He's gonna really see who they say they are. He's gonna test you to see who's gonna put in that work, who's gonna continue to have faith. Because the thing about it is, you say you're a queen, right? You say you're king, queen, emperor, empress. You say that you are that. A queen is not going to step off her throne to address people who are irrelevant. So if you are trying to get to that queen status, you're trying to get to that castle, that kingdom, you're trying to get to a place where you're living a certain way and are surrounded by good people, God is going to test you by sending people to you. He's going to send people to your comments. He's going to send people to your DMs. He's going to send people that can try to bring you back down. And if you respond to that, you're basically showing God, the universe, whatever, that you are not ready for that queen status. And that doesn't mean that you destroyed your whole journey. That doesn't mean that you completely messed up, because we all make mistakes. But it's about how you feel. Like, after you make that mistake, did you learn from that mistake? Or are you going to turn around and make that mistake again? Don't do the dirty work, okay? You don't have to do nothing but stay on your throne and pay these people dust, because they know their time has come and their time is up. So they don't want, and they know that you are almost there. So they're gonna try their hardest to make sure that you don't get there. But they're gonna fail, because again, they're spending too much time worried about you that they did not spend this season working on themselves. All they did was work on materialistic things. All they did was try to look good for the gram. And you spent that time working on yourself. You spent that time loving yourself. You spent that time healing. So not only are you gonna look damn good on the outside, you're gonna feel good on the inside. You're gonna have the discernment to know who is for you and who is not. Your relationship with God is gonna be strengthened, because your relationship with God is always gonna be strengthened through those hard seasons, because those are the seasons where your faith is tested the most. You don't gotta do nothing. You don't gotta get your hands dirty. I didn't get my hands dirty. If there is anybody who is receiving karma right now in your life, that is trying to blame you for why they're receiving karma, and it's not clicking for them, that you were literally just minding your business and working on yourselves, and they were literally trying to be malicious and be nasty and destroy you. If it's not clicking for them, Callie, what are you doing? If it's not clicking for them that they are the cause of their own demise, do not try to explain yourself to them. Do not try to save them. Just keep it pushing. Because the people, when you get used by the devil, people can be real delusional. He will leave you in a state of delusion, because a lot of people don't even realize they're being used by the enemy. A lot of people don't even realize that. So once he's done with you, he's done with you. He's going to discard you. He's not going to help you. He's not going to help you pick up the pieces. He's not going to tell you what to do to get out that situation. Only God will do that. He's going to leave you there in your disaster that he helped you create. He's going to laugh and he's going to move right along to the next person. He's not going to help you. So a lot of people are delusional because they didn't even realize they were being used. Unfortunately, they don't have that discernment. They don't have that connection with God to understand when they're being used by the enemy and when they're being used by God. So they're gonna blame you for why their life is falling apart. And there's nothing that you can say to convince them otherwise, because again, they didn't realize they were being used and the devil left them in a state of delusion. So you leave them in that state of delusion and you keep on moving forward and walking into your life. Do not try to save people. Only God can save them. Do not be Captain Save-A-Ho, okay? It's not your responsibility to save anybody but yourself. So you need to continue to move forward and walk on your path the way that you've been doing, because that's working for you, right? That's working. So you need to continue on that and just leave them there. Don't respond, don't react, don't care. Like, that don't have nothing to do with you, okay? That don't have nothing to do with you. So don't get your hands dirty this season, okay? Let your enemies work for you. When they send you that negative energy, transmute it, make it better, make it more abundant, make it more godlike, and don't address, you know what I'm saying? Don't address too much. Like, don't show your hand, don't address too much. Just let them destroy themselves. Let them expose themselves. Sometimes the best thing you can do is be silent. Sit back and watch, okay? Sit back, and matter of fact, don't just sit back and watch. Just sit back and focus on, watch your world unfold in front of you. Because one thing about your enemies, they're gonna expose themselves. If you know somebody's jealous of you, it'll be exposed. If you know somebody was trying to sabotage you, lie to you, steal from you, it'll be exposed. It's not your job to give justice unless God tells you that you are supposed to deliver justice to this person. It's not your job to do that. God will do that. Let God have the glory. Let him be the one to say, let him be the one to expose people, okay? Don't expose nobody. Don't show your hand. Focus on your own plate, and you cannot, there's no way that you won't be blessed. My enemies worked for me all last season, okay? All last season. Some of those same enemies will be working for me again this season. Some of them have turned their badge in. They resigned. They came to their senses. They threw their hands up and said, okay, yeah, she got God in her life. Let me stop. Some of them are so ruthless and they will stop at nothing. And the devil is obviously not done using them. So they're going to continue to work for me. And I'm going to keep on collecting these checks.